Hola amigos! Last time we saw ya, we were just outside Salamanca, and today we've driven for about 6 hours all the way down to Los Barrios. And we've come here because this is supposed to be the best place to get your tickets to go over to Morocco. There's a dude called Carlos who's supposed to be able to get you a better deal than you can get at the port. So I'm gonna go see.
So another reason we're coming here to see old Carlos as well is because apparently he'll keep the drone for us, because if you don't know, drones are banned in Morocco. Now the story goes, somebody went over with a drone and they flew it over the Royal Palace, which didn't go down too well. So they pretty much banned drones altogether. We could hide it, but then we've heard stories of there's X-ray machines over there, and if they catch you with it, they'll confiscate the drone, they'll give you a fine, and they could even send you to prison. So we're not doing that, it's not worth the risk for us. So let's hope Carlos can do the business.
All sorted.
We're good?
All good. Cheapest price, and they even gave me a little present. Look, got wine and cake.
What about
the way to my heart.
What about the drone?
He'll keep the drone for us as well.
Oh, happy days.
I know. So if you are going to Morocco, come and see Carlos for your tickets. You get the cheapest price, wine and cake. Get in. So when I say cheapest ticket, I mean it was £180 for an open return ticket for 2 passengers. And when you go into Carlos's, they give you a little map that shows you where you can even park for the night, just round the back of his. And as you can see, it's a pretty popular spot. But I found us a place 15 minutes down the road that I think will be worth it. Now this is a bit more to our liking. Lovely quiet little spot, and we're just by the beach as well. But we've had a big old day, so we're going to get an early night, and we'll see you tomorrow in Morocco.
Well, welcome to Morocco.
We didn't film much on the ferry on the way over because we've heard they're quite strict, and those rumours are correct. It's definitely the strictest border crossing we have ever done.
Yeah, well, they had this massive X-ray machine that go over all the vehicles, and when they were doing it, Jess was trying to get a recording of it, and they whistled her, shouted at her, and told her to delete the footage straight away. So
I have to say they were very friendly, and like it was a welcoming crossing, just very strict and really checked everything.
But where's all the sand? Where's all the desert? Like, I'm a bit baffled really. Like, I expected it to be like sand dunes straight away and everything like that, but it's beautiful lush green hills.
It is gorgeous, it is. So let's go see what else we can see in Morocco.
Are you ready, dear? Oh, we must be sure there's no turning back once we're out the door. Leave your message here on the telephone, cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through.
What a beauty, eh? Seen some right epic rigs already.
So for our first stop, we've made it to actual Waterfalls, which is supposed to be a nice long old hike, John's favourite.
Let me just brush all the food that you've had on your chin. But I'll tell you what, you've like let me down this holiday.
How have I let you down?
There's no sand dunes, there's no sun.
There is sun. It's a little bit cloudy today, we'll give you that. But there will be sand dunes. We're just in the lush green mountains first.
There better be.
What are you saying? Are you happy? Hey buddy. Are you a good boy?
Well, after 2 full starts, we think we're on the right trail now.
Maybe.
When you first get here, there's a couple of blokes that say, do you want a guided tour? And you say, no, we're all right. Done this plenty of times before. But the maps that normally tell you where to go and the directions have been mysteriously torn down. So I think that's their little way of making money.
Extra bucks. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to this waterfall. I need a swim. Are you ready to see this waterfall? Yeah, there is no waterfall. Brought us the wrong way. This is God's bridge. Might have been a good idea to get the guided tour after all.
I'll tell you what, this is happening on a regular basis nowadays, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
You being wrong.
Oh, shut it, you muppet.
I'll tell you what I do love the most though. We get a few on the old Instagram messages all the time saying how Jess is wrong with the beards and mullet picture.
The amount of pictures
Absolutely
you
love
have sent
it.
me of toilet paper.
And you know my favourite one? We always get pictures of diggers and toilets and urinals on your travels as well. And Jess is like, John, I've got another urinal for you.
I've lost count of the number of toilets we've been sent.
Love it. Always waiting for Jess.
I really like hiking, but I don't like going downhill. I'll go uphill. I always think I'm going to fall off the cliff and die downhill. Ooh.
I'll tell you what else has been nice as well. All the nice messages we've got about old Leadfoot and her driving. Nice to see Jess behind the wheel again. Because for a while there, I had the old vagina squad after me for a bit, didn't I? Saying I was sexist because I never let her drive. But tell them the truth.
It's not that John doesn't let me drive. It's that I wasn't insured on the Sainsbury's van because I had a speeding fine. And also because I was so busy doing research and driving the drone and stuff, that's how we just decided to set it up with that one.
But it's one thing I would say, like I always try to sort of push Jess into driving.
He
Not
really
that she needs pushing because she's always quite confident, but if you're not confident in driving on the other side of the road, I would say just push yourself to do it because it really does help, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like when we go to any country, John is really supportive and gets me to drive not just on the wrong side of the road, or the other side, sorry, I shouldn't say wrong, but in all the different settings as well. So I drive in cities and in country lanes.
And she even drove the old tuk-tuk when we was in Sri Lanka, didn't she?
I did, that was brilliant.
Even though she nearly crashed it a few times.
Yeah. Well, we might not have made the waterfalls, but it was a beautiful hike nonetheless. Such a child.
Parkour, parkour. I nearly tripped coming down there. It's not big and it's not clever. Me doing that jump scared Jess that much that she's wet herself.
I have not. I sat in a
Show the people.
I sat in a puddle.
She wet herself.
I did not. He recognised us. Bloody. Well, I'm hoping I'm going to have a little bit more luck looking for our next destination. If you've ever seen pictures of Morocco, you've probably seen pictures of this place. It's known as the Blue City, and it's called Chefchaouen. So let's go see it.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you, Jess?
What?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Oh, for God's sake!
The old ones are the best.
Well, we found ourselves a nice little parking lot just outside of the Chefchaouen Old Medina.
And it's called the Defender parking lot by the looks of it. Because they're absolutely everywhere. Love it.
Well, my first impression of Chefchaouen is it smells absolutely glorious because the streets are all lined with these orange trees and they're in blossom and they smell incredible.
And my first impression of Morocco really about the vehicles is they love a Mercedes, eh?
Yeah.
The old D310s and 410s but we just got here. I haven't seen a Defender the whole time.
No.
It's like the Defender crew, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
this is the city of defenders.
all white Defenders, beauties. So we just got offered some drugs and I'm putting it all down to they heard Jess's accent because we all know the Aussies are weed heads, aren't they?
We are not at all. So we've been offered some more stuff a couple more times, and I'll have you know that every single time it's been offered to the dodgy looking Brit rather than the angelic looking Aussie. But there is actually a bit of a pot problem here in the Rif Mountains. You're right in Chefchaouen, but when you go out into the mountains you do have to be a little bit careful because you can run into some rather protective drug lords. Well, that was a successful trip. I've got all my fresh fruit and veg. Got strawberries, bananas, peppers, easy peelers, all kinds. Less than £4. Get in. So let's go and find ourselves a nice little park up for the night.
If you'd like to come to drink with me soap, I live here.
Thank you very much.
I live in another country.
We're just going to get a park up now, but that's
Nice holiday.
ever so much appreciated.
So kind.
Maybe
Yeah.
next.
Lovely to
Thank
meet
you very
you.
much.
Nice holiday.
Shukran, salam
Thank you.
alaikum.
Hello?
Hello.
UK.
Yeah,
Yes.
UK.
Welcome to Morocco.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. So I do absolutely love visiting cities like that, but I do find myself absolutely knackered when we come out of them because it's just sensory overload, like the sights, the smells, the sounds, everything.
Yeah, you almost feel like real happy at some points,
Yeah.
sad at other points, and yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's the
mental
emotional
feel.
roller coaster
Yeah,
of it
it
as
really
well,
is,
isn't there?
yeah.
So, but I have to say, I think the old Moroccans might rival the Malaysians for being the most friendly people we've ever met, because I have lost count of the amount of people who've said to me today, welcome to Morocco.
because they're all on the old wacky backy, aren't they?
Got a big enough rock?
Well, what we got for dinner then, Joel?
Good old Ruby Murray. We found ourselves a nice little park up in a national forest. It was seriously wiggly woggly road to get here. We would not have made it in the van, but hopefully we'll get a nice peaceful night's sleep. But I'm starving. How's the old front office treating you there, boy? You look comfy.
This is the only thing about the Defender. When Jess is cooking and we've got to do editing and that, like I get turfed into the front.
Yeah, I give him
office.
the boot.
So, but it's a bit of a squeeze. But I'm just looking at the footage from the dash cam. Absolutely brilliant. I'm well impressed with that. So all you do is it loops the footage constantly, so you get little clips. But if you want to record something and keep it so it doesn't overwrite, you just press the middle button and then it'll go back 30 seconds and then just keep recording until you press it again. But what I love about it is, like, I'll put the footage up now. When you come into these police stops, obviously you can't record, we can't do it with a camera, but I'll just press this button and it will show what's going on. So yeah.
10 out of 10. I reckon we might even use it for some of our like driving footage and stuff. It's that good.
Well impressed.
Here you go, my love. You know the best thing about being proper hungry? Your food tastes like heaven, doesn't it? So good.
Tonight's entertainment,
This week we are in Tasmania. Apparently the most
Bit of Philly and Keely.
bit of chapter.
beautiful state in the whole of Australia.
I am full.
I think so, Fatty. She had 3 lots.
And I ate more than half of the poppadoms.
But you know what? When I said that the worst thing is doing the edit in the front, worst thing is the dishes.
You're making what? You big buffoon.
The old toilet paper saga continues as well. Not only does Jess not know which way to put the toilet roll on, she doesn't know what toilet roll to get from the shop.
I may or may not have bought kitchen towel for toilet paper.
So it's a bit like, you know when you have like a cold and you end up like, you don't use normal toilet paper, you use like tissue, it's like, oh, it's a bit rough that, you know what I mean?
Pure class we are, pure class. Of course, we're still going to use it. Can't waste it.
Don't give him a total eclipse. Get to sleep. Get to sleep. I'm gonna have to turn you off in a minute. The old snake's gonna come out of the cage.
That really will turn you off. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Are you ready for this?
No, you're not.
I'm only joking.
Tell everybody what you just did.
So this is how you know whether your clothes are good enough.
Morning, everybody, by the way.
Oh yeah, morning everyone. This is how you know if your clothes are good enough when you're living in the van. You just got to do the sniff test. So,
I'll assure you this is not what I do. This is what he was doing.
but just pick your clothing you're going to do that with. You might not want to do it with every bit of clothing. But I might be a bit cranky today, people, because Jess woke me up twice last night.
You're such a liar.
I'm not. Am I lying? We went to bed last night, right, at 11 o'clock. So she goes for a pee. She gets up twice for a piss in the night. Twice, and that was before 4:30. And then she was busting this morning. Like, I tell her she doesn't need to go for a wee, right?
Oh God, here we go.
This is it. This is another one of our arguments. She doesn't need to go for a wee.
How can you possibly know?
She just thinks she does, right? Because I listen when she goes sometimes.
Oh my God,
and I
you're
just hear
so
a little
weird.
and that's it, and it stops. Like, when you need to go for a pee, you have a good pee, not like...
Right, I'm cutting you off. So I've just realised I haven't shown you where we stayed last night because it was dark when we got here, but it is a beauty of a spot. Look at this, 360-degree panoramic mountain views. Just lovely. But we're a bit late hitting the road this morning, and you might think, oh, it's because Jess has washed her hair, she's been faffing about. Oh, no, no, no. It's because John decided to make a drone reel this morning. Shall I show you his morning's work?
We've made it to Morocco and we've made it to the mountains. Now, you're not allowed to bring a drone into Morocco to get these beautiful scenes, but I've snuck in a secret one.
Go, 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 go! That's not going to be smooth.
So all you need for the John GoPro drone is a 3-metre stick, a GoPro, a floating mount for a bit of protection, and a ratchet strap. And let me show you the footage. So if you want to see any more quality filming tips, you can follow us on YouTube. It wasn't all smooth sailing though. We did nearly lose the drone a couple of times, didn't we?
Bloody boy. What's happened, John?
It's stuck.
Those thorn bushes. No! So I've got so many observations from driving around Morocco so far, but the first one I think I'll tell you about is the police. So there are police absolutely everywhere, and I was expecting that because of some of the research I've done. But one thing that's really important is that you come to a full stop when you come to any police checks, and there's lots of them. And we've seen that in full effect today because we went through one and they had all the pins, you know, you see in the movies that they pull out in front of cars to like...
Spikes.
Yeah, spikes to blow up your wheels. They had multiple sets of those on strings to pull to stop you. So definitely make sure you stop if you come to a police check over here. Look at the state of that.
Surprise, surprise. We've had to stop for Jess having a pee again.
Seriously, stop filming me on the toilet.
She's a bit touchy, our Jess, for the old toilet
No,
stuff.
I just think that there should be some boundaries in life.
So, like, some people don't have toilets in their camper, especially a Defender, but we have to because she's not up for going for wild ones here.
I will. I just wee on my feet all the time.
But she's even more sensitive in that she makes me go upstairs when she goes to the toilet, and then also she won't make eye contact. Like, if I'm downstairs and I see her on the toilet, she has a go at me if I make eye contact. I think I make her nervous a little bit, don't I, Jess?
It's just weird. You're not supposed to make eye contact with someone when you go to the
So
toilet.
if you ever meet Jess, don't make eye contact
Oh, God.
when she's on the toilet. The local football team out today, look. Arsenal. That's 2 classic jokes for you this week. Treated you.
So we've just made a stop off at the Roman city of Volubilis. I think that's how you say it anyway. And it's from the 1st century. But John is a very happy boy because I've told him I'm happy to just look at it from the outside and we don't have to go in. Because he always tells me when we come places like this that it's just paying to walk around and look at a pile of rubble. He was so happy, in fact, that he even offered to get the drone out for me. But I told him it was okay.
I don't think there's much suspension travel left on that old girl, do you?
How do you know you're in Morocco? Just some camels at the roundabout. Well, after a bit of a crazy drive, we have made it to Fez, which is one of the most famous cities in Morocco, and it's 1400 years old.
So I wonder how much drugs will get sold tonight.
Oh, God.
يا ولاد الخباز الزوامل في المدينه حساسين الجرح.
Well, I think it's safe to say with my fluent Arabic, you weren't too happy. Well, we're struggling.
We're down a dark alley and we are completely lost.
So wherever you go, everything's closed because it's the Friday and apparently that's Muslim Day, everything's shut or something.
Yeah.
But everybody you speak to is like, no, that's closed, go this way. And then you go that way and then somebody else says, that's closed, go this way. So it's quite hard to know who to trust really.
And like when you do your research, it says that you have to be really careful in taking directions from people, and that people quite often get led down dark alleyways and then
They like demand for money. So
Yeah.
the problem is I dare say there's a lot of people out there that are just trying to help.
Yeah, well, 2 people have just gone and given us help, like, and not expected anything in return. But it's just that thing in the back of your mind, isn't it? Oh, for goodness sake, this is another closed gate.
Yeah, but you say open, he say close. Oh, that's okay.
The dark skin color, lighter.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
We've been that way.
Here open, everything open.
We're just having a look.
You go here, it's open.
It's through that way, is it? That's okay, we'll do it ourselves.
Come here, show you.
That's okay.
Yes, it's open, that's closed.
Well, calm after the storm.
That was a bit crazy. Sorry if we didn't film that to the best of our ability, but it was more just get out before it gets pitch black.
So I don't know if we told you, but we're here during Ramadan and we've experienced that once before in Malaysia and it is mental. So it's like dead during the day.
Yeah.
And then come dinner time, it's
Yeah, just before
absolutely
sunset.
manic.
Goes
And
wild.
they reckon it's worse because everyone's obviously not eating during the day and they're going for food.
Yeah.
So it's like that. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's dead as a door now. So very strange experience anyway.
And an interesting time to get lost in a Medina. We've come for dinner, by the way, but we've chosen a restaurant right by the gate where we came in, so we know we can make it back to the car. So our starters have come, and we've got traditional harira soup and honey cake and homemade bread, although kind of eaten all the bread already. Well, my ratings for the first round. Soup was lovely, but honey cakes were the definite winner. For our main course, we have a chicken and vegetable tagine, chicken skewers, and more delicious bread. Might have to do some stretches before dessert, but that was beautiful. The best thing in this course, though, was definitely the tagine.
Where are you going?
You all know.
Second time to the loo this evening.
And our last little bit is some traditional Moroccan cakes. Well, that was delicious. What do you rate it, boy?
Chips were cold. But I think they were meant to be, weren't they? I think they were a bit of a...
They were a very strange kind of chip.
Yeah.
The tagine, I think, was my favourite bit.
But I'm not too good with eating things like that. You'd just eat anything, weren't you?
Love it.
But like the dates and things like that, I thought, oh, I don't know. But
Enjoy
then,
it.
yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes you are good for me anyway, ain't you? But we're not coming back to Fez anyway. And I know, like, a lot of you probably think we're a bit strange the way we travel.
Because all we saw was some closed back streets.
Yeah, but we like to travel fast, and I think if I came back tomorrow, I'd be bored. So
Yeah. Because so for me, it's about coming and like experiencing what it feels like to be in a place. If that makes any kind of sense, like the atmosphere of a place. And if I wanted to come back tomorrow, all I'd be doing is tramping around with him with a face on, bored and doing my head in. So
onwards to the next place.
well, first a park up.
Park up.